హలో దేన్ని ఇక్కడ
Good afternoon. Okay, so it's time for me to introduce the next speaker. Our resource person comes from our own SV University. Most of you would have met him, seen him a lot of times in the news, local news. So he's none other than Krishna Raila. He's a CEO of RUSA projects in SV University. And his education includes post-graduation business management from SV University and Bachelor of Law from SV University. And then when it comes to his profile, he is President of Technology Companies Association of Andhra Pradesh, Director for Concepts India Private Limited. So it's not KON, it is KON. ZEPTS, so it's a different name. And he's also a mentor and member for Atal Innovation Mission Niti Ayog, Government of India, and a member of Expert Committee NEET 2.0, AICT MOE again, and life member of Indian Society for Training and Development, and mentor and founder member for International Institute of Digital Technologies, Government of Andhra Pradesh, and he's also Institution Council certified ambassador. So he will be talking and taking us through proposition and also projects. And thank you, sir, for being here and accepting our invitation. It's actually a last minute invitation, but sir really helped us accepting. So I'm just looking forward for a great journey, and now inviting Vamsi Krishna Garu to take over. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Good morning, all. It's very tough to deal it with, again, the lecturers and professors and teaching eminent eminent personalities, and that too after an eminent personality again who is actually a doctor, right? So I am basically, I'm from the industry, I'm not a teacher, so please you have to excuse me for not giving you that kind of a lecture. I'll try to give you the scenarios, as Madam rightly said, scientific training and entrepreneurial training. It's going to be an entrepreneurial journey. Like I'll take you through how the market looks like and how the market will go through it. So it will be a different travel altogether. It's not going to be a routine, regular, I mean, of course, there'll be a Q&A continuously, but it is going to be something a little different. I wanted to make it. So I want to make you to travel with the understanding of how it is and what it is. What is that value proposition is, we can start with what is the value proposition we have in coming all the way from Tirupati or from different places to this place. The value proposition starts there. Why all the way all of us have come together or come differently to understand here is the value proposition, right? So you have come, or your time, money, and the travel, all that together is value proposition. Like what is to take it after the sessions or after the week is what is important, and you will have to running on your own thought process of the value proposition of taking anything for that matter. So I'll stop it here for a minute and I'll take you through some fun. Not really fun, but this will have the audio, ma'am. Yeah.
सुशील हमारा बेटा
It's not right. It has to get the audio. Oh. Getting it. Start fun.
पापड़ कैसे रोज करते हैं वॉशिंग मशीन में सब कुछ सुशील हमारा बेटा बहुत कुछ सिखाता है वॉशिंग मशीन में सब कुछ धुल सकता है गुरुत्वाकर्षण यानी ग्रेविटी क्या होती है तो आपके पास कोई वैक्यूम क्लीनर डीवीडी प्लेयर वॉशिंग मशीन लैपटॉप या कोई हमको तो उसे हमारे लिए बहुत से लोग इंतजार कर रहे हैं आपकी चीजों का आप तो मुझे सुनिश्चित और इसके लिए कल रात it was so thrilling holiday it has already brought us so much closer
That मत सही थॉमस कुक दिन पर हॉलिडे से जुड़ी हर चीज सॉर्टेड है नहीं तो फोन कर लीजिए थॉमस कुक दिन
HD security camera ऊपर वाला कंसर्न है
So out of this advertisements or the marketing materials given by corporates, what is that we have learned? What is that we have understood at least? What is that they're trying to give a message? The value proposition, right? So, I mean, in a fun way, in a serious way, I have a couple of other videos which will show you how seriously we can also communicate the message that what is the value proposition that I am actually trying to transfer or I'm trying to offer from my side or from the client side or the point of business side. So this is the practical definition which I don't want to read. I'm not textbook guy. I'm actually practical. So I'll try to put it for you to read it, so understand it. It is very simple English. So it's a very clear and conscious declaration of unique value for your product offers to your target customers. So, I mean, like as how Madam was talking about the customers, your target customers has to be given the value, unique value for your product. What uniqueness you are bringing and what is the value you are creating or what is the value you are actually offering is what is important to offer a product or service. It explains how your solution solves their problems or improves their situation and why should they choose your product or service. So this is what is the very basic definition of proposition. The clear, the strong components or the strong elements for the value propositions are practically clarity. You should have a very clear clarity about what solution you are offering or what product you are offering. And it should be easy to understand, what is that solve or what is that you're trying to conceive from your solution. And specific, it highlights the concrete benefits, like, we should highlight what are all the benefits offering to the customers. It is not that your benefits are not visible, but when you use it, you will, have it. You have to very precisely, clearly mention or highlight what are the benefits out of it. The uniqueness, what is the differentiator when you are comparing it with your competitors and the competition in the. So what are the real-time benefits or the differentiators what you have along you compare with the competition and the relevance and is it really required for the customers which you are offering and whatever you are offering. So the relevance is very important and the conciseness and it shorts and to the point. You are trying to pitch the point very short and clear and it is very important. Why do we need the value proposition? Break through the definition for your service product and to grab the attention of your customers to differentiate your competition or, it is a differentiate, okay. So basically, as I just told also, like, it is why we are actually requiring the value proposition. So these are the, the value proposition design. Design your value proposition is what you have listed here. So thing is core competencies. So when you are taking up a product or a service, you have to understand what are all the core competencies which you are bringing onto the table. Study your customers, as Madam was clearly defined, how the customers have to be understood or clearly defined. You have to have a very clear definition and understand your customers very well, very clearly. Otherwise, you can't define your value proposition. Value proposition is something like you have to understand your customer first and then bring the value for the product or service you are offering. So the competencies, values, study your competition, identify trends in the industry, define vision, mission. See, if you are bringing a service, you have to understand the thought process and the vision behind what you are trying to solve and what is the mission of your organization or your product or service and what is that you are trying to solve, what problem you are trying to solve is what is also important. Identify your core values and products and service and articulate value proposition. These are the fundamental steps which you need to follow to define the value proposition of any service and the product. This is where I have to take you to travel with it. So you can take a basic service or a product which you would like to and try to target this. You can start this. Probably you will understand what is that we are trying to do. So you take up whatever you have in your mind. It could be a service, it could be a product, and you can try this with this process format. You can try it right away. So who is your target customer? So you for example, if you are targeting a school, okay, your idea is a school, building a unique international school. So your target customers are who? For whom you are targeting your whole process. And whatever is in the white, you have to fill it up. The second one is statement of need or problem. Okay? So why you have to bring an international school to Tirupati? For example, if you are taking up Tirupati. So like that, whatever you have in your mind, you can write it. It could be a product or a service. So just fill those white words with your own statements, with your own words. That will help you in, finishing the whole thing. Probably I'll put the next slide, which will give you an idea about how to build it. I've just taken a framework of pilgrims who come to Tirupati, right? So now you'll understand how to build your things, right? Your own idea. So for pilgrims who come to Tirupati, who needs a comprehensive travel assistance, right? Our T3 Travel, I took an example of a name of a company. You can also have your own name, right? T3 Travels is complete and assistant, right? And that hassle-free planning without wasting time and money is what is the service or offering which you are giving from T3 Travels. Unlike separate services for accommodation, food, and travel, unlike other competition who is giving all these services, this company will give all together within one basket. One organization is giving you all that together. So that is the unique proposition they are actually offering. So our solution, everything you require from your start, offering the value proposition is talking about a complete solution from the, say for example, you are a customer for me who is traveling to Tirupati for darshan from Bangalore, right? So from the point of taking your bus in Bangalore or train in Bangalore or flight in Bangalore to going back, everything is taken care. So that is the unique proposition. Understood? So you can just simply, try it out within your own phrases of, the thoughts or idea of how to build the value proposition. That's very simple way of handling a value proposition. If you write all these points, you will get to understand what is that you are trying to build in the way. Can I move on? I think this can be shared. Or you can try it out again. You can write your own way of doing it. Probably somebody want to try, they can also tell what is that you have tried to write and we can correct it probably. Anything you want to try? Any product or service? Yes, please. You want to take a mic?
No, sir. I was just writing down.
I think this will help in building your own use case. Ma'am, as you said, it is better, making groups. These kind of solutions can be, not only this, for the other classes also it will be useful if it is a group. Yeah. It will be quick. Shall I go on? Anybody want to try it? Try it with your own example.
So the same example which you were telling about the international school.
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Yeah, so
I'll give you a mic. Get your mic. Yeah.
So like for the first thing, the target customer, it will be people from the high income group who can afford
Children
better
from income group, families. Yeah.
families, and who have good educated, like who understand the importance of education and a good schooling also.
Who needs a holistic, education. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And then
Name could be anything,
yeah.
You can say Sriwari Educational Institution or
Yes,
yes,
sir.
Venkateswara.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, anything,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Then the
Service.
product
It is not a product, it is a service.
It's a service. So this is, category.
Our institution is what? It's an international educational
educational
Yes.
institution, international school. Then the benefit of sending the children in this school, so we can give various benefits like one, the teachers, and the other opportunities apart from academics. What are the other
Co-curricular activities.
curricular activities, and the quality of the teachers, and
the new technology,
and then the infrastructure,
innovation, and
innovation, pedagogy, and all these things we can be put here. And unlike other schools, when other schools,
so what are the differentiators
Yeah.
of other schools
other
and yours?
schools,
Actually?
yes, sir. So the same thing again, as we have just expressed, the innovative technologies or the infrastructure or the quality of the teachers, and the other providing an bus conveyance for them to their doorstep instead of going to a particular point and dropping the children, getting them from there. All these small things which can be added over here, sir. And
So we have to be very, very precise.
Yes, sir.
Unlike a concrete schools,
yes, sir.
okay, where there is no windows, there is no
Yes, sir.
ventilation,
Yes, sir.
and there is no playground.
Yeah, open spaces.
Yeah, open spaces,
Yeah.
and the ecosystem.
Ecosystem.
Yeah.
Where
Fire
the classes are
extinguishers.
not so congested, where the
Congested.
students are less in number in each class instead of
Practical
the-
mode of learning
Yes,
is what
sir.
is the differentiator which we are bringing it to the table. Yeah,
Yes,
all
sir.
these things
All
are
these things, sir. And our solution is the same. As we have said, we are going to avoid all these, the particular things which you have just said above. So we are going to avoid them and give the best to the students. Like another thing we can tell here is about the other facilities, apart from the curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular, other facilities for the students.
The
like
ratio of teachers and the students.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
all
That-
these things
all
are
this-
the parameters
yes,
actually
yes,
which
sir.
we need to,
Yes,
we
sir.
can express.
Yes.
So all these put together is what we are trying to throw to the, end user, the differentiators and the value. See, you are I'm charging 1 lakh per student, for example, as an international school. Why a customer or the parent is paying? Why should he pay 1 lakh for his children for joining this school? That is the value which we need to show, or we have to create that value proposition of spending. That is most important, and that will help in attracting the customers actually. So any startup for that matter, when he is bringing some startup idea, will first understand what is the value proposition I'm giving it to the customers. Madam told who is the customer, right? And then to the customer, what is that we are trying to sell and how is it important? What is the value we are giving it to them and how do we attract them is what is important next actually. So I'll take an example of a software as a service, okay? So for small business owners who needs to manage their customer relationship efficiently, our CRM software is a cloud-based platform that simplifies customer sales management. Unlike complex enterprise CRM like SAP and all, we are very simple, basic, enterprise CRM, which will solve all your basic requirements. Our solution offers an intuitive interface and affordable price. So software as a service, I have a service which I'm offering. So this is what is the value proposition I'm giving. So when he is trying to target, his target is competition in big CRM companies like SAP, okay, like Oracle. So this guy is saying like, we will not complicate you. So we will give you the best easy solution to use our software, right? So like that, we have to create. And let us take the example of a local cafe, okay? Busy professionals who need a quick, healthy lunch option. Our cafe is fast, casual eatery that provides delicious, locally sourced meals, unlike typical fast food restaurants. So he's differentiating with the local restaurants, and he's telling what is the value I'm bringing it onto the table. And our solution offers fresh, nutritious ingredients and relaxing atmosphere. So I'm also telling that you will be coming and relaxing yourself within the atmosphere, and you will be given a fresh and nutritious food. We are offering the best. What is the value proposition I'm giving it? So for example, we will go to a proper biryani center. I mean, like, let us say Paradise kind of a restaurant, or Andhra Spice kind of a restaurant in Tirupati, which offers biryani for 300 rupees, right? And the same thing if you go to the Grand Ridge or any premium 5-star property, you will have to give 500 rupees or 600 rupees for the same biryani. And maybe a little different the taste, you are getting a biryani on the main roads nowadays, packed for 100 to 100. So what is the differentiator? So when I'm trying to sell in between, Andhra Spice guy have to clearly, proportionally, very clearly give the value proposition that, see, I will not be this and I will not be that, but I'm giving the best. So you have to define it and you have to very properly. That is the reason I have taken the examples of the advertisements, what I have thrown. So advertisements are the mediums of communicating our value propositions. Fundamentally, advertisements are planned, prepared, or designed within the mindset of understanding the customers and needs of the customers and showcasing what we have to express to the customers. The communication should be very, very clear and should be funny and should be reachable. Say that, that boy has a very bad haircut. The advertisement is, you are quick enough, you can get the food immediately and you can you can transform your thought process, right? So he got an immediate, it was in fact, it was an old advertisement, I think 4 years back by Vodafone. So they have sent an advertisement that, you can quickly send the photos. That time it was, very, very useful. So they have communicated with the right senses, right? So that is what is important. So basically, how many of you know about the canvas? Actually, Kachaini madam is actually handling our business process canvas. It's going to be interesting. See, any startup have to have the canvas planning. Otherwise, it's very, very tough, because if you start utilizing canvas, it will be easy for you to bring it onto the table. How do you plan yourself with the parameters required? So likewise, for the value proposition also, there is a small canvas actually already been described or prepared. Okay, so it is actually two parts, value mapping and customer profiling. So when you look at the customer profiling, what are all the jobs, customer jobs? What are all the gains and pains? So what is the type of a customer? What are all the types of jobs he's offered? And what are the gains and what are the pains which is actually there? And value mapping is what services and products can be offered to that customer to avoid the pains, to relieve his pains, and to give the gains. What are all the gains we can give? The process and the product or services which you are actually offering. So the value proposition canvas is a tool that allows you to design, test, and visualize the value of your product to customers in a structured way. So this is again a practical way of handling it. Like, as we just tried, the same thing can also be, when we are planning any value proposition canvas, we have to define it like this and then prepare it. So let's take a value proposition canvas using Uber as a case study. Okay, it is easy for us because Uber is, maybe few of us maybe not knowing Uber. It is like Ola, right? So customer segment, let us take the right side part, the customer segments. So what is the customer to go from point A to point B? That is the first point, right? Customer need enti, he has to travel from one place to another place and desire for a convenient and reliable option. See, he has to travel and he doesn't know, when he asks for an auto, he will cheat. And when he asks for a travel guy, he'll call some travel guy unknown, he will come be 1,000 rupees, which is not actually worth. So like that, we doesn't know. We are not sure of the convenience and the reliability, actually. And the third one is, want to avoid the hassle of traditional taxi hailing, negotiation, cash payments, all these headaches are there when he is handling a regular taxi. And seek a safe and transparent transportation experience. See, we are called for an auto or a taxi. We doesn't know we are safely reaching. Whether that guy is a guy who is actually having the valid license, he is having a proper knowledge of driving, this guy is a good guy or not, whether he is going to drive us to the destination or to some other place. All these are the problems, expected issues. Want to track their ride in the real time. So earlier we don't have that option. So we don't know where we are going. We can't track. Once they move out of our colony, that's it. And only till after they reach our point, then they will call us and they'll say, I have reached, that's it. Otherwise, you don't know where they are going. So need transportation at various times, including late, early mornings. We don't have an option of calling a taxi fellow at 3 o'clock in the morning or late in the night. So we have options now. Right. Sir.
In Tirupati, earlier we were all looted by the
Taxis.
autos and also taxis. After coming Uber and all other.
That's all. The problem is solved.
It's a pilgrim city.
Yeah.
We all faced with the problems.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all these problems are okay. So what are the pains in this? In that again, the long waiting for the taxis. We'll call the taxi. That guy driver say, I'm not here, I'm not there. I'll come. He will not come. We'll have to wait, right? The second problem, uncertainty about fares. Whether it's correct or not, we doesn't know, right? The third thing is safety concern. Whether he will take us to the right destination, whether he know the destination, place and the location or not, whether he's a good guy or not, we doesn't know. Inconvenient payment methods, of course, they will insist for cash and difficulty of finding transportation in certain areas. They will not come if we are far away. For this place, I am not sure. We can ask for the taxi to come here all the way. So the stress living in congested areas and all that stuff, yeah. So the gains, convenient and on-demand transportation. So the Uber is solving the problem with the on-demand transportation and these are all known to us now. We are used to Olas and things like that. So we have differentiated it. We have solved the problem actually. So the same way, in the product and the service, mobile app connecting riders and drivers. Earlier it was not there. Now we know where are the customers and where are the drivers, where is the cab. We are very clearly understanding in the platform. We can, mobilize. We can understand where is the guy going, how much time it will take to reach us, and all that stuff. And real-time ride tracking. Yes, if I am, sending my daughter from Tirupati to Renigunta railway station early in the morning, also I can track where she is going. So it is very easy for me that I can track my people. So cashless payment system, very easy. You can pay it from home, whether somebody else is using or whether using it. driver rating and feedback system, all these things are actually the advantages. So what are the pain reliefs? Yes, reduces wait time with on-demand rides, provides upfront estimates. Again, we all know all these things. So this is how the value proposition is created with the case study of Uber. Same thing we have discussed. So I think now the more or less the point is how do we solve the major problem of the transportation through one particular solution is what we are trying to address here. There's a lot of notes in this. I don't want to do much with it, but the customer centricity, deep understanding, solve the real problems. See, when we are writing about the customer centricity, we need to create that deep understanding of the customer. Start with the target customer. Who is the target customer? What is his? How is that we have to define him? All this we have to take into consideration. Solve the real problems. You have to see the Uber is a real-time problem which is solved. Actually, we doesn't know how to go with the transportation, and now we have a beautiful solution. So concise messaging and focus on benefits. Okay, so the differentiation is unique selling proposition. USP is one thing which I wanted to emphasize here. In fact, USP is one separate topic. I don't know whether somebody is handling it. Unique selling proposition is what is the uniqueness which you are actually trying to sell it to the customers, right? So for any product or for any service, there should be a USP. What is the USP of an Apple phone? Anybody here? Apple phone USP? We cannot hack it. Fundamentally, it cannot be hacked. It is highly protected. The phone is highly protected and it's technically advanced. Whatever you name as an advanced technology, they will adopt it and they will get the best version in the market. And they will give the safe way, the product to you. So it is the kind of security and the safety of your information. That is why people go for the Apple. So any product or a service has to have a unique proposition, USP. So anything for that matter, if you look at, let us take any other example for that matter. Any example, all right? USP? LG. What is the USP of LG? They have large products. Okay. Right? OLED, yes. So basically, what is that we are trying to bring it to the market is the USP, and we have to define it very clearly to be on the market on the first phase. So anybody to be in the market has to sell their USP. This is how I'm different from others. Okay, there is an organization in Bangalore which is very, very prominent in doing the examination management, because you're all teachers. I'd like to bring it on to the discussion now. So this company, I think Intellogic or something like that. So this company is unique. Even before TCS has brought the examination management in the bigger scale of doing the assessments, and they have centers now. TCS has got a large number of centers across the globe, across India at least. So even before that, these people have designed and created that ecosystem of the examination management. So scanning your answer sheets, from the scanning of your answer sheets, digitizing them, and the evaluator will get it onto his tab or a computer, and they will do the assessment and put the marks there itself in the computer, and the answer scripts will be stored in the cloud and they'll be retrieved. See, you're not physically getting the physical documents or the answer sheets. So like that, the unique proposition they have got is this technology utilization well in advance. They have done it 5-6 years back. So, I mean, of course, bringing it onto the real-time practice, it is very, very tough. Governments will not allow certain practices, and universities will not allow certain practices. And of course, every time there will be issues with, the practicality of utilization of products. So, the value proposition, I can't deal much with in detail, like Madam said, scientifically. So, this is what I wanted to communicate in terms of the value proposition. So, but I just wanted to take you to the travel of the real-time startup ecosystem, So that is very, very useful, and I will try to quickly, because I have another 20 minutes. In fact, I have, and just try to close it. So I will. So any questions or anything to discuss on this? Yeah.
Where it differs from you, value proposition, because in schools we have noted all the points on the paper, but parents say, in view of parents, they are only seeing the results.
Correct.
Otherwise, they are not
So,
concentrating on.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, when you are writing a value proposition of your new school as a business case, you have to very clearly mention to the end customer, your parents, how is that you are different? That extra marks or that the percentile of the marks. So I am going to bring the IIT teachers, IITians, or the extraordinary industry specialists to teach the kids is what you need to sell it. You need to tell them very clearly how you can do better to bring the best quality of training and ensure the student is getting the holistic training modules, and how is your deliverables or the content is different from other schools.
Most of the corporate schools has no labs, no playgrounds, nothing.
Correct.
But in view of parents, they want only score.
Correct.
They want only results.
Yeah.
In our discussion, we have mentioned that value proposition according to parents' infrastructure.
No, sir. See, the value proposition is not according to the parents. It is what is the differentiator you are bringing it to the customer. Here it is, in your case, it is parents. What is the differentiator you are creating? How are you attracting the parents? What is the value giving it to the money spent by the parent? So you have to define it very clearly with the process, with the differentiations. Anything? So this will make you understand technical guy. Audio is coming.
Products are made in the factory, but brands are created in the mind. Even though we consider ourselves logical and modern human beings, the majority of our decisions are made by the ancient, instinctive subconscious part of our brains, sometimes referred to as our reptilian brain. Let's have an insight into one such example in the field of marketing. In the 1970s, Japan's economy was booming, and Nestle was looking for the way to transform that into dollars. Obviously, the option they chose was coffee. But not so fast. It was no secret that Japanese consumers love tea greatly. So Nestle tested the cautiously before jumping in. They ran several focus groups, asking consumers from every group what they thought of Nestle coffee. Surprisingly, everyone loved it. All focus groups came back incredibly positive. Japanese consumers really liked the taste of coffee. Nestle executives got excited and they shifted into high gear, preparing a rollout plan to have coffee on every shelf in Japan. Huge sums were spent on marketing and distribution, and coffee hit the market with a blast. Every study showed that Nestle coffee would be the next big thing, but Japanese consumers stuck to tea. Japanese consumers liked the taste of coffee, but simply chose not to buy it. Faced with this challenging situation, Nestle decided to bring in the superstar of marketing, Claude Raphael. Claude Raphael was not your typical marketer. For starters, he was actually a child psychiatrist who had spent years working with autistic children. But because of this experience, he was convinced of one thing, that people can't tell you what they really want. He believed that the real desires that drove humans were unconscious ones, and only very few people were aware enough to understand them. Claude called this as reptilian instinct. An example of Claude's work was with Jeep's latest models, which hadn't been selling, and the company didn't understand why. Claude came back with the oddest of suggestions: go back to using round headlights. Claude realized that for American consumers, the Jeep meant freedom. It was the symbol of Wild West, of running free and equivalent to horse. For Americans, it was the modern horse. When Jeep had changed their headlight shade from round to square, they had lost that connection because the headlights no longer looked like a horse's eyes. Jeep changed it back, and the sales went up unbelievably. Now back to Nestle in Japan. When Claude arrived, he was quick to understand that Japanese consumers had no connection to coffee, no early childhood association. Japanese kids grew up watching their parents drink tea, lived with the smell of tea in the air, and ate tea-flavored snacks. Was it any surprise that, as adults, they chose tea over coffee? So, what did Claude recommend? Yes, the coffee candies. Suddenly, hordes of Japanese kids began to discover the taste of coffee through dozens of different candy types. From there, they eventually moved on to cold sugary coffee flavored drinks, and then to lattes. And then, before they knew it, big steamy mugs of Nescafe coffee. Not bad for a market that wouldn't buy coffee just 40 years ago. The key is, no matter what story you tell, make the buyer the hero.
So this is a typical example of the value proposition. Like, they tried selling to another country, which is a very popular brand. Though it is a very popular, they have spent a lot of money for marketing and advertisements and whatever, and they could not do it. So now, after that, what they tried is, they tried to start from the scratch. They first tried to convince the youngest children in this country, and then gave them chocolates, made them to understand the taste of the chocolate, and then slowly, automatically, the whole family is moved on to coffee, and that too particularly going for a brand. So let us take another typical example of what has happened in the cola war. Can anybody know do anybody here know what has happened with the transformation of Thumbs Up to Coca-Cola? How many of you know Thumbs Up before Coca-Cola? The India's leader is Thumbs Up, for that matter, and then Coca-Cola has taken out. They have bought that the whole entity, and for transformation of the Coca-Cola, it took long hell of time to get into the market, and they have withdrawn the idea of completely converting the brand. They continued with the same Thumbs Up and the taste and the brand, and then even today they are not in a position to shift. So certain things will be like that. The value proposition of the Thumbs Up brand cannot be changed in the mindsets of the Indians. So the taste is also different. The Coca-Cola taste is absolutely different from Thumbs Up. It will be a little stronger in that the taste, and of course, it is definitely refreshing than Coke. So, but the people in North, or in the European countries or the Americans, they prefer that cola. The cola is different from what we have it in Thumbs Up and the Coca-Cola. So it's different climatic conditions, different the customer interests and ideas and their the thought process, and accordingly we have to prepare our plan for our idea proposition, like, the value proposition.
Volkswagen also not changing the Polo
Exactly.
variant
Yes.
since long time.
Yeah. So certain brands, even there will be mergers and acquisitions happens with a higher level, but they will not be in a position to transform and change. This is my regular, presentation, which actually I take through for the regular, introduction of what is that we do and all that stuff. So I just wanted to take you through one slide because that is most important to understand the travel, so that you will go back and you will also try to do what needs at an incubation and innovation level in the schools and colleges and the universities. So yeah, this is all regular story. These are incubation center. So any incubation center is nothing but a co-working spaces actually. You will have to create a nice environment for people to come and join you. We have to give them the facility, and they have to be given the best facility possible to attract them to come and work with. Without cost, and with cost, if the student is from our university, we will not charge them for a certain period. And when we will allow to make them mature and get the first level of transforming themselves from incubation to the regular platform, and then they will be charged. So this is what is the slide I wanted to leave it upon to end this session. So basically, many of us, maybe if they are not used to incubation, doesn't know that these are all the things which happens in incubators. So this is very important and crucial. So for the first thing is the facility. We offer the facility for, as I just told, we'll be offering the facility for the students or the startups. Students is not only the startups. Startups could be anybody. It could be faculty, it could be scholars, it could be outside people also. For that matter, one person from Chittoor has come, who's actually a welding operator, who's doing a forklift clamp to catch the big tanks. The పెద్ద drums ఉంటాయి కదండి, అలాంటి డ్రమ్స్ని క్లిప్ చేయడానికి forklifts are there everywhere, but for the forklift to keep the drum on top and take it up and put it, that is falling down, because it's a plastic material and it is filled with some material. It will carry weight and it is falling down. This guy has created a clamp, and across the globe people are coming and buying it from him. He's a small lathe machine guy. So he said, he was interestingly came to the university, said, sir, somebody told us we wanted to start it as a startup. So he doesn't know how to speak and what to do also. So like that, it is not restricted to somebody. It is not restricted to the age and the schools also. It could be anybody for that matter. The second thing is mentorship. It is a continuous mentorship which is important. So the faculties, the advantages why the incubators are successful in the universities is, number one, you will have a big list of faculties of different departments. So you will get engineering to statistics to mathematics to management. All the different departments, all the different faculties will be there to assist and to complement your idea or to idea. And not only the faculties, but also the alumni, which is the important matter, or alumni of certain schools and colleges. So we are all grown to a next level, and we will be the contributors for the existing ecosystem. So we will definitely help the younger generation who is coming out with some solution. See, if I'm a manager of an incubation center, I'll have to map the alumni who's in that particular industry in a better position to help this guy to connect market positioning. Okay. The third thing is the test beds and the labs, very, very crucial. If you look at any university, SV University or ISER for that matter, you will have beautiful labs. If you see the chemistry lab opposite to this, you will see a wonderful place. So this kind of a labs are the assets for somebody to research or to plan your product or service. If you are individually thinking, how do you develop your product? you have to have a test bed. You have to have a maker space. This is maker space. You will come and make your idea into the reality. So that test beds and labs are given free of cost, charged for a very minimal cost, and helped. So the preferential market access is another important thing. See, we doesn't know how to land, where to land, and how to sell the product or service to the system, right? Either it could be government or a private. The ecosystem built in the universities or in the incubators will help you to drive it. So as an incubator in the university, I can reach out to the collector or to the the local MLA or to the private organization, a bigger organization, and request in the proper way that why don't you support this startup? So this is another advantage. And seed funding, this is very crucial. So depending on the request from your side, there will be a seed funding between 1 lakh to 25 lakhs as per the Startup India declaration. So it differs from university to university, institution to institution. So and again, it depends on what is that you are requesting for. So that will also be helped. IP filings, sir was teaching about the IP, what is it and important, how it is important. So the incubators will help you, and already the universities are helping in IP filing, and they will sponsor you. Basically how it goes is, when you are sponsored by the universities, university will have 25% of the value of your IP. Okay, so whenever you are gone to the stage of selling your IP, when some corporate is asking for some request for your IP, so definitely that value of 25% will goes to university and 75% comes to you. Research support, of course, whatever research you wanted to do, you will have large pool of researchers around, and you will take their synopsis or their guidance from the research point of view. And as I said, alumni support, acceleration support. The first level of seed funding will be supported for the acceleration. It's like you will have to go to the next level to the market. First is seed funding. You are just started the idea and your small business, and to scale it up to the level of taking it to the next level, you need to have angel investors and the venture capital companies, which will be listed in the incubators. Some of the incubator managers have to be in touch with these investment bankers or different financial institutions to help you with the next level of funding. And the exhibitions and expos, yes, your product, you have started something, your idea is good, you have incubated, you got into the reality, but it has to be taken to the market, right? So wherever there is an exhibition happening, for example, if it is in other side the state, outside the state, or outside the country, can you spend it as a startup? No. So these incubators will help you in going and spreading your product or service to the other world, other country, other state, wherever it is. And legal and audit support, which is very important. If your service or a product requires a franchising model, you will have to understand a lot of legalities are involved to franchise your idea or your process. So for that, have a proper plan in action, place, and you have to have a proper auditing sheets or the legal documentation, so that you can easily transform into the real time. Likewise, these are the support systems that are given incubators. So don't have any apprehensions that nothing is happening. So the only challenge with incubators like us is the funding. Accepting the funding that are happening, we are helping in taking them to the marketplace. Okay, so thank you very much. Yes.
Give an example for incubation center support. How you can help them support.
In fact, the next slide. But madam, whenever we get a time, because I am going to be with you for next 1 week.
Yeah.
So whenever there is a break, some time advantage we get, we will run through. I'll keep this document here. So because now it's already up. So there is a process it is simple, you can come and apply. We will give you an application. Anybody can, for that matter. See,
come with an idea.
Yeah, we will.
How you support?
Yes, so very good question. What we do normally is, we'll first, the moment you come to us, we will first hear to you. Our team will try to understand. If it's a very, very basic thing, which will not have the marketplace, we will try to tell you anything. You have to correct yourself or manage yourself. And then if we feel there is something in that, we will immediately give you an application, no cost. You will fill the application. We will have a panel. Centers will have panel. A panel will do an evaluation. We will not call the panel for one organization or one individual startup. So if there are 5 to 6 applications in place, we will call the panel for the discussion or the evaluation. So the panel will sit and we will give our remarks and the ideas. And before the panel comes, we will give you what need to be brought onto the presentation. That is basically called pitch. So you'll have to pitch what is your idea is all about, and we will help in do the evaluation things. And once it is evaluated, they will give the acceptance. The moment you get the acceptance, we will give the letter of intent that we are accepting your proposal. You can be an incubator. It is same for any incubation center. It is not SVU, it is not SPMVV or IIT. Same thing.
Innovation cell also, so same.
Everything. So from then your journey starts, and then you will start requesting for first the facility. We will give you a small table which will have internet, AC, room to sit and work. Probably if you want 2-3 people to come and work, you have to apply. See, basically you have to be very clear with what you wanted. See, first day you will say like, I wanted this, but second day you will come with 3 people, not allowed. Because it is a safe place, we have to answer, we are answerable. So you'll have to clearly mention, we will be 3 people working for this process. These are the names, these are their Aadhaar cards, and that application demands all those. And then you will be allowed to sit. And then you will ask, say, I wanted the help for legal, the filing of your company, registration of your company, we'll also help that. And we start evaluating the need for IP. So we will put with the other team to understand whether the IP is required for this particular solution or a idea. So like that, it is a journey. And once we start giving the money, any incubator for that matter, and there will be very strong scrutiny from then. Every month you have to give a report, every 3 months quarterly report and a half-yearly report, because the money is spent. So how is that money is spent? There are 2-3 ways of giving the money. One is complete grant. 2, it will be a loan, and it could be, third, it will be stakes. I like the idea, university liked the idea, so we will ask demand for stakes, 20% or 10% or 50%, depending on your stage of your innovation and interest. So you are comfortable in giving the money, there is an advantage because university will start selling it, right? So we went to the agriculture minister to promote one of the startups, which is also connected to IIT Tirupati, to get the APIMS 100 crore project. We went from our side, our vice chancellor, myself, our registrar, we went and we spoke to the minister. We told the minister we will also go to the chief minister and explain why they have to give it to us. So it is like that. In that case, we will demand more, right? Your advantage of getting, you got an idea, you got some proposal, but we are taking it to the next level. So it's like that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us on the value proposition. I think we enjoyed advertisements especially. We are all reminded about, how naughty our kids could be. So anyways, so I request Dr. Jayashree Patnaik to hand over the sir. Please come.